building on the story about innovation and customer insight and consumer insight, let me talk to Amber. Okay, and with your lessons from the world of helping to sell chicken, it seems like you sold a lot of chicken. I want to hone into the two principles that you discuss in the book, and the first one is authenticity, and the second one is again, in quote unquote, you are not the target market. So what defines authenticity in a space where everybody wants to do everything? And what lessons can you share with marketers who have to deal with the bosses that says, you know what, I don't think my kids will love that innovation, or my kids will love that piece of communication and piece of creativity? See, marketers, I'm helping you out here.
I feel like we're singing off the same hymn sheet between us, though. The one joke we always have at selling work to our clients also is around getting the CEO to buy into the idea, and often they go home and ask their wives what the wife thinks. And the wife doesn't like it and their idea gets bombed. So yeah, you're not your market. I think one of the biggest lessons in that book around just learning from my experience on Chicken Licken with the founder, he went to where the target market was. So exactly the same thing, if you ask research and you ask consumers what they want, they probed and they'll tell you exactly what you want to hear. If you go into the market and just listen, it's a very different story. So George would go into the stores and wear a uniform, and he would listen to the staff, listen to the customers, understand what they were saying, find out the issues, or if the food wasn't liked, or just the sort of small gripes. And that was the way that he would listen to his market. We've just gone through another research with System 1 in the UK, which I think a lot of brands are kind of jumping onto because they test emotion. They don't test through questions and they don't test through probing. So they'll play an ad and it's animatic or whatever it may be, but they purely test emotion, and it's becoming one of the most successful testing formats versus just probing your audience what they want to hear.
Okay. And just to build on this issue around you are not the target market. South Africa, it's a very diverse country. Race-wise, income group levels, but most importantly, what I term the biggest diversity in South Africa is lived experiences. Because we can be SCM10 together, or whatever, LSM10, I don't know what they're called now, but our lived experiences, that's what makes us diverse. So if you're saying you are not the target market, then how does the concept of empathy comes in? If how empathetic should I be to your lived experience to be able to connect with you?
So I think that's also where the diversity comes from, around working with people in whether it be in the client side or the agency side. It's not one person making a decision per se. We've got the experience of diversity around you. But I do think you need to have the empathy, to your point, around what people may have gone through or what the story that you're telling. And I think that comes back to the point of authenticity. If you're telling an authentic story, it's going to resonate with anyone. It doesn't matter what background, color, race, SEM, whatever it may be. And I always say, don't dumb down your audience. They're not stupid. They're really not stupid. So if you're going to tell a story, and I mean, we always jump on this because it's a buzzword from the past however long, thank God it's going, purpose. But if you're going to try and I use one example in there, but if you're going to be a washing powder brand and suddenly take on saving the rhino, I mean, it's really not going to make you, give you ROI or make your brand any stronger. In fact, you're actually probably going to be laughed at. So I think you need to understand who the market is. It's not necessarily a sample of one being you, but you need to understand the story you're telling is authentic, and it can resonate with anyone. It doesn't have to just be for one single target market specifically.
So